Excuse me, I love you. I know that's not the way to start.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is day 3 of my mini series, Knowing Jesus. Today I'm wearing a Selenass shirt because today marks 31 years of her passing. And today's topic, what I chose actually correlates with her story. I didn't choose it because of her. I just randomly chose this and I just realized that it does correlate similar to her story. So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about jealousy. And yeah, so jealousy is a sin. And I'm gonna put the Bible verse right here as I read it. So in Galatians 5:26, I'm reading it off this sticky note that I crumbled up. All right, in Galatians 5:26, let us not become conceited, provoking and envying each other. Throughout the Bible, it does talk about envying and being jealous and also comparing yourself. So first of all, I'll first say this. All of us are each our own person. We all have different stories, different purposes, different careers, different lives. So you shouldn't want to be someone else and be jealous of what other people have. You were just not meant to have it, or maybe you weren't meant to have it right now. But you have to trust that God has such a good plan for your life, and maybe what someone has wouldn't benefit you and wouldn't be good for you. Or maybe what they have is something that is not aligned in God's will. For example, if you're jealous of a famous person, but whatever they're famous for is for something bad, why would you want that? I understand how it feels. I understand how it feels to be wanting more and wanting to have what another person has, but not everything that they have is meant for you, and it might not benefit you. So and God does have good plans for us, and he designs and plans out a specific story for us. We each have our own story. Yeah, and his ways are higher, his plans are higher, and what he has for us is so much greater and bigger than we can ever think or imagine. And I know that his plans are so much more better than ours. Because his plans are not gonna hurt us. They're gonna strengthen us. They're gonna help us. We're gonna prosper and live a good life with Jesus. So I know that for certain. And also, what happens a lot of times because of jealousy and envy, it could cause you to do something very bad, just like with what happened with Selena. So not to get off topic, but really quickly, I'll tell you about her story. So if you don't know who she is, Selena Quintanilla, she was a Mexican-American singer. She was tragically killed today, March 31st. Also, March 31st, today, marks, I think, 8 years of my baptism. So I got baptized on this day too. So yeah, but she was killed on this day 31 years ago by an obsessed fan, which was her friend, right? That she thought was her friend, but her friend ended up killing her. Yeah, but she was very popular, and I think her popularity grew a lot in the late 80s and 90s. She was very popular. But I'm a big fan of her. Today is definitely a sad day for her fans and family and friends, but yeah, so. But just like her story, she got killed because of jealousy. So-called friend and also obsessed fan at first liked her a lot, But then eventually she started to get jealous and envied Selena and wanted her life, basically. She wanted to be Selena. And I think in her mind she thought, and also because of jealousy, hatred started growing in her heart. And I believe she thought in her mind, if I can't have Selena all by myself, if I can't be Selena, then, no one can have Selena. And yeah, and that envy grew, that hatred grew, just like, because Selena was Selena, like she was her, she was that girl. And so sadly, because of that, Selena isn't alive anymore. She was only 23. So yeah. But it really just shows the dangers of jealousy, and a lot of people have done things and later regret it because it's really stupid. Like, jealousy is so stupid, and killing another human being because you're jealous of them is like one of the stupidest things ever. You ended someone's life because of your feelings, and our feelings always change, so don't rely on your feelings. You could be feeling something right now, but then tomorrow you feel something different. And that's what I mean. A lot of people have done things and then regretted them badly. So, and you can't go back and change what you did. So really think before you act. Think before you say. So there is a story in the Bible, which is the story of Cain and Abel. I had quickly just like written it down on this sticky note, just like about who they are, what they did, what happened. So this is like a very short little story, like long story short, what happened to them. So Cain and Abel, they're the sons of Adam and Eve. So Cain and Abel are the first siblings to ever exist, right? They were brothers. And so Cain was a farmer and Abel was a shepherd. And Abel was like a man of God, and he wanted to honor God, and so he offered God his offerings. And God favored Abel because he saw that Abel had a heart to seek him. And I believe God had helped Abel a lot in his life. And Cain on the other hand, I don't really know. I have to reread this story, but I don't think Cain was the same. I think Cain wasn't really focusing on God. And as you know, in this world, we do have free will, so you can choose to choose God or not. If you choose to live a life apart from him and not actually wanting to seek him, then he's not going to be present in your life, really. Like, he's always going to be there, but like, you're just not going to have that relationship with him because you don't know him. Like, you don't want to have that relationship with him. So anyways, Cain saw this, right? Cain saw how Abel was favored by God, and a lot of good things were happening to Abel. Cain started to grow jealousy in his heart, and he ended up killing Abel. He ended up killing his own brother. And then later, because of Cain's actions, what he did basically like taunted him, and there were people who wanted to kill him, but God did protect Cain from other people. Jealousy can do a lot of damage. Their story as well is about the enemy and how he rebelled against God. He started to grow pride and envy and jealousy in his heart, and he wanted to be God, and he even tried to defeat God, but he couldn't even get past the angels. But you can't defeat God. And I believe till this day, I mean, we know that the enemy is still jealous of God. He wants to be God. He wants to be better. He wants to defeat him. But because of the enemy's envy and pride and jealousy, it caused him to fall. Don't be jealous of other people. Don't envy others. love who you are, love who Jesus made you to be, and trust that he has a good plan for you as well. And another quick example is if you were scrolling on the internet and you see a couple and they're going on a date or whatever, and it's all, and you start to get jealous because you've been waiting for a relationship from God, and then you are on the internet seeing other couples, and then you start having that filled up in you. First of all, God's timing is better. And I know we can be a little impatient, but really trust his timing, and he will deliver. Trust his plan, and he's working on your person. And it's just not time for you to meet your person. God's timing is so much better. And yeah. And think of an example of like, if you put cookies in an oven and you take it out too early, it's not cooked. It's not time yet. So you have to put it back in, and you take it out when it's time, and then they will be good and cooked, right? So just like with God. So don't rush or try to take things in your own hands of what God is doing for you. And also think of this. That person you're probably jealous of that you see on the internet probably was in the same situation as you. Like, they probably at one point in their life was asking God, like, when is my person coming? And then when the time was right, God gave them their person, and now they're together. So instead of being jealous of others, be happy for others. Be happy of what God did for them, and believe and know that your blessing and your turn is it's right around the corner, right? So yeah, so that's what you should do. But overall, love each other. That's what one of the biggest commandments, I think it's the biggest commandment that Jesus said. Love one another as I've loved you. And don't compare yourself to others. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God, and he loves you and he cares for you, and trust that he is going to always provide for you. And that's really all it. So I hope all of you guys have a good day, good rest of your week. Rest in peace, Selena. And I love you all. Shalom, shalom. Bye.